All right, part 3. We're gonna get this in to the bike and reattach everything. I just want to show something special right here. This part, when you go to reattach it, it needs to go in just like you took it off at this angle. It's gonna go right up against here, just like that. And then we're gonna take this, put on a couple threads, okay? We still wanna give it space to move in there. So give yourself a little wiggle room because it's gonna slide up right in there, okay? I just wanted to point that out. I'd say get this nut about as loose as you can. Okay, and this is where we got our softener, so we're good to go. And then we're gonna probably undo this other side. Let me get my arm out of the way. We need to put that zip tie on here so this wire doesn't rip out. So roll this thing up on here. Okay, we're gonna line this up. And then we're gonna slide her in. Let me get a better video angle. There. And just for reference, that last weird hat bolt we put on, it's designed like that because that's what sits up in the rail right there. Lost that. It's all good. Boy. So we got to line this shaft. It's got a little, that weird nut that we put on, apparently has to be, there's like a square end. This weird nut has a square side, a flattened side. So make sure that goes in. The other side is just pure rounded. So yeah, you'll see on the side with your generator, the weird nut, there's a flat end. Make sure that thing's freaking, the flat side's going in. Let me get this guy on here, like that. This will be the first YouTube video of its kind out there, because I tried searching it, seeing if a fellow tech hooked a brother up. I'll be the first one. There, that was a lot easier. So there you go. On the generator side, be careful with your wire. There you go. On the generator side, the one nut, you'll see it when you do it. There. And now we put that weird guy. This is what's gonna pull our distance. Oh, rookie mistake. Pull it back out. We forgot to put the belt on. Do not forget that step. Luckily, I caught it early. There's been times I've buttoned this whole thing up. So, get our belt on and then throw her back in there. Watch that wire. I don't know if I might rotate it, just the orientation. It keeps the orientation of this. I don't know if I like that. Let's see, let me pull it back out again. I'd rather have it just the wire orientation. I may, let's see, where do I want it? Do I want it down there? Yeah. So just to reiterate, I want my wire, I think, on the bottom versus the top. As far as that'll make sense when you go to install this thing. Belt is on. This thing's good to go. This thing feeds in here tight. Just gonna put these the last axle nuts, make sure I line up that sorry, my nut fell off. I'm gonna put it back on. Definitely get a couple threads on her. There we go. Boom, boom. I'm gonna come to this side and take off this cover so I can show you how to wire this thing on. But actually in the meantime, I'm gonna get these things just finger tight. So, weird bracket piece on each side first. Then remember the little washer. And then the nylon nut. You can just start it with your fingers. Other side, belt is on, little washer, freaking little nylon nut. All right, now we're gonna take you to the other side. Let me pause it. All right, same thing on this side. Looks like, how many screws we got? Oh, maybe less, 3. Number 3 Allen, attached to a drill. I like to do this. Undoing screws with a drill is one thing. Screwing them back on, especially these smaller ones so you don't cross thread it. Always start with your fingers. And we're gonna put a little bit of grease on this one as well. This one looks like it's gonna be more of a pain, doesn't got a bigger hole. I have to take off the pedal. God. So it looks like a shortfall with the design is they didn't make this big enough, so we got to take off this pedal. That's a bummer. So let's go to the other side, throw on this belt. This will make sense why it's easier to undo these things when there's a belt on. Remember, this is nowhere near at tension, but it'll be easy to slide on. And we should be able to still break it. So I like to be able to have the brake, bring it back down to this side. Pause moment. All right, we're just gonna finish up with the belt tensioning process. No big deal. Go to our 7mm. Remember, we're gonna tighten. Ideally, you wanna tighten both sides evenly to our predetermined measure point. So I got the nuts on finger tight, which was important, so we don't cross thread it. Do a little bit on each side. To be about close. Get my little measuring device. It's a little too tight. That's better. So in these finer details, you want an extension. Get my 12-inch extension. All right. Ideally, they just want to be equal. There we go. That's a little too much. We'll see. That should be about good. But all this is to undo this pedal now. We gotta do this pedal situation over here. Sorry, my left hand's jacked up right now, my elbow. Oh, I think this manufacturer's on point. Yes, so I love this manufacturer. They're all my favorites. So sometimes they use this Allen bolt has a built-in basically pedal crank puller. So you'll feel it get loose and then it'll tighten up again as it's pulling the crank away. It's a beautiful design. Schwinn does not do this. So you have to pull it out and then, oh, I love that. So now that comes right off. That's brilliant. We're gonna wipe all that down. I wanted to come show you over here. Let's see here. So let's line you up. I'm pausing at a better angle.